Brett Okamoto on the ground in Las Vegas, UFC 317. KaraFrance going for the undisputed flyweight championship against Alexandre Pantoja this Saturday. And one of the first things I want to ask you, Kai, is I saw in another interview that you said when this was kind of going on and you were figuring out when exactly the fight was going to take place, that you were just asking Pantoja on messages like, "Hey, when are we going to fight?" What kind of relationship do you guys got behind the scenes?
Yeah, like nothing but respect to Pantoja. You know, I love what he's done as a champ and as a family man. You know, we've known each other for years now, being in the Ultimate Fighter, sharing a room together. So, you know, full circle, we get to run it back. After his fight, well, actually before his fight against Kai Sakura, I said, "Bro, you got the wrong Kai. You should be fighting me." And then after the fight, bro, you can't deny me. I'm the next guy. And then I thought we were fighting in Miami. I thought that was the card we were going to be on, and he was like, "Yeah, I want to fight in my hometown as well, or like where I train." So I was thinking, okay, cool, that's us. And then when Dana announced that we're not fighting, I was like, "Bro, did you hear your name?" And he's like, "No, I didn't hear it. No, I don't know when we're fighting, but I guess we'll find out." And then, yeah, eventually it all worked out, and being patient kind of paid off. So, yeah, nothing but respect to Pantoja. You know, he's a nice guy, but he's got everything that I want, and that's to be the best in the world.
Yeah, and you fought for an interim championship, but this is a little different, right? The Undisputed Championship, and it's taken you a long time, I feel like. I mean, you have definitely taken the quick route, especially when you consider guys like Urseg, like you mentioned, Kai Sakura getting shots in front of you. Do you like the fact that it's taken you a long way and that you've earned every little step of it, or would it been nice to have gotten a title shot before now?
No, the universe works in, you know, it does its thing, and I feel like I've gone through it all. So, you know, my experiences in this fight game, 15 years I've been fighting now. 6 years I've been in the UFC, fighting the best guys. It's all for a reason, you know, and I feel like it's worked out perfectly. Going through a title fight where it wasn't my night. It was Brandon Moreno's back in 2022. But I figured out why I'm fighting. You know, I figured out why I'm doing this. And you need to go through those moments to get that hunger and to have that fire that's still burning. And here we are now, where I've just been in the gym since the start of the year. I knew this fight was happening. I didn't know when it was, but I just knew that I had to just stay ready. And yeah, a lot of things have been happening this year, but I've just helped myself and just gotten better. And you know, physically, mentally, and spiritually ready for this. So yeah, I'm kind of glad it took a bit longer because I've gone through it all, and yeah, I've come out the other end, and all those experiences can help me for this one.
Yeah, and you do seem very at peace going into this fight, so I don't want to rile you up and change that at all, but I will say, like, I will say this personally, I think you're one of the most underrated guys in the UFC, and I don't really understand why. The betting odds when you fought Steve Urseg, he was a big time favorite over you, and hey, Steve Urseg, he had a great fight against Pantoja, but it's kind of felt like I thought the odds were slightly disrespected, and then even in this fight, Pantoja is a bigger favorite against you than he has in any other title defense. Do you feel that underratedness in your career so far?
I don't really look into it too much. You know, I've been counted out. I've been, you know, looked as the underdog my whole career. So, you know, it's nothing new to me, and I don't focus on any of that. I look at I go inwards, you know, I look at everything that I can control, and that's what I bring to the table. I trust in my team and our process, and you know, we've got world champions at our gym that have done it all before, so that kind of allows me to know that I deserve it, and if they could do it, why can't I? You know, we have the same team, the same coaches, the same structure, and they're, you know, legends of this game. I'm talking about Izzy and Volk.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to stand with my teammates as one of the best. So, you know, whatever the betting odds are, or, you know, whoever's, you know, building up these fights, I can only control what I can, and that's just bringing in my best. And that's what I've done, is just help myself. And here we are now, you know, fight capital of the world, one of the biggest cards of the year, International Fight Week, a co-headline. And I want to steal the shine. I want to make everyone remember my fight and leave Vegas with this belt.
Yeah, another thing that you've said leading up to this fight that stuck out to me is that when you were looking at him and you were kind of breaking him down, it's like the way to beat this guy is just to go forward. And you have a forward style already, but I kind of took something from that where it just felt like even more specifically for him, like you just got to be all aggression. Should we be anticipating that on Saturday?
It's going to be a dogfight. Like I can't take a back step, because he'll he's stubborn, and he'll come forward and he'll want to take the fight to where he wants to go, and that's usually to the ground. But I've got one of the best takedown defenses in this division, and I've got 12 knockouts on my record. So, it's a great matchup, and it's a challenge for both of us. He's gonna have to eat a few shots to get me to the ground, and I'm gonna have to take a few shots to keep it standing. So, the fans are gonna be in for an exciting fight, and I can't wait for that. This is everything I've worked towards. 9 years since we fought in the Ultimate Fighter. It's lots happened since then. I was a boy back then. Now I'm a man. I know what I'm fighting for. I've got a family to provide for, and I've got a whole country behind me. So I'm very connected, very focused, and just locked in.
And last question for me is, I know you want to be the first guy to knock him out, and I mean, who wouldn't? A knockout is always the goal. Yeah. How much have you and your team talked about this, and how much do you think you'll think about it on the night of the fight, of like winning rounds too? Like the knockout would be great, but it's a high level fight, just making, because he's a tough guy to win rounds against as well, right? Yeah. So like, how do you kind of play with both of those in your head, of like trying to be aggressive, looking for the knockout, but also being mindful of where the scorecards are?
I guess being dialed in for 25 minutes, that's the fight game, and at the highest level, that's what makes a difference. Having any mental lapse, or just coasting and watching your work, I guess that's something I've been guilty of in the past, where I land a shot and I'm not worried about the defense or something coming back at me, because I trust in my hands or my talent so much that I only need one shot. But Pantoja's not like that. You're going to have to get him out with 10 shots. That's what's going to actually get a chink in his armor, and eventually you'll find that off button. But I just got to be patient. I got to not force things, and that's where I'm at in my life, not just in fighting, but just letting everything flow. Let whatever be, and I've just been patiently waiting. So here we are now, a few days out, and I'm just in a great place, enjoying the journey. I guess that's something that I've taken away from my teammates, especially Volk and Izzy and their journeys to the top. It's just embracing everything that comes with you, the highs and the lows, the wins and the losses. You just learn from it, and you learn to love it, and that's why this is what I do, because I love to, fight in the UFC. I love to fight the best guys in the world, but it's something I haven't ticked off yet, and that's to say that you're the best in the world. So that's what I'm chasing. Representing my culture, being Māori, representing my people in Aotearoa, New Zealand. So when I make that walkout, just know that I'm representing all of us, and I'm ready for this.
Well, I'm happy for you, man. I'm happy that you're here, and you can enjoy it as well. And I'm just a fight fan at heart. And when you talk about this fight being a dogfight, I agree with you. So I'm very much looking forward to it, and best of luck. Thank you for the time.
Appreciate it. Thank you.